biggest problems the left had this election was to focus on identity politics and name calling. No one cared about Taylor Swift and other celebrities. Okay, first of all, Zadar, right off the bat, the Democratic Party is not a left-wing party. The Democratic Party is a center or center-right party. If you don't agree with that, then you have American brain. You're wrong. From an objective political science perspective, the Democratic Party is not a left-wing party. And nominally being in favor of abortion does not make you a left winger, okay? Abortion is not the question around which our political economy can or should turn. Is it important right? Absolutely. Do I support women's right to have complete autonomy over their own body? Absolutely. I'm not insane. But I also recognize that compared to the entire political economy, it is a small ball issue that is not going to win you elections on its own. And I want you to understand something. I was looking at a tweet I made on November 5th, 2023, calling for Biden to drop out. The evidence was clear, and I continued to call for him to drop out all the way to the point he dropped out. But he dropped out so late to avoid an ideological contest in the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party, the centrist neoliberals in control of it, they didn't want an open primary because they didn't have the confidence that they would win the ideological struggle for the Democratic Party. That's why they didn't do it. And they tried to say, we're going to make a big deal of spitting in the face of the left. And when we win, we can purge the left like Keir Starmer did. They were trying to set themselves up to do a Keir Starmerite strategy. But the problem was Keir Starmer was unpopular. The Labour Party in the UK is unpopular. The only reason they won is because the right wing split. There was two massive right wing parties in the UK that split the vote. The disgusting neoliberals were able to win. But it is the most paper thin majority. And now Keir Starmer is more unpopular than the conservatives that he replaced. So the Democrats came to a unified right in America with whether or not you like it. They are behind the right-wing populist, anti-immigrant, racist grifters, and they have a personality, Donald Trump, which conservatives love. Whether you like Donald Trump or not is irrelevant. Republicans, conservatives, right-wingers, they adore his ass. They love his ass. So that's the crisis we're in. Now, personally, I think the Democratic Party is a stale brand that everyone fucking hates, and it's a party of slavers. And it's a party of capital, and I would love for it to die, quite frankly. I would love to start a Labor Party or a Workers' Party. I do not want that Democratic Party to continue. But that is a big lift, and I don't think that there's enough people are there yet. So I'm going to do my best to make the Democratic Party as least shitty as possible. And I'm going to be sitting here on the sidelines doing what I can. But I also am saying, you know what we need to do? Be prepared. If you actually are confident that reformism is not going to work, if you're one of those people that are in this chat and you're thinking to yourself, Mike, you're being a reformist. Reformism doesn't work. If you truly believe in it, then it is your job to be prepared for the rupture. And that means being where the workers are, building their trust, being their avatar, fighting for them in the trenches and the arguments of the day, being relevant to regular fucking people today. You can't orient the masses towards yourself. You have to orient yourself toward the masses. Don't be arrogant. Don't be self-centered. You are no better than anyone else. It is by random chance that you have good opinions. So it's your job to help spread the good opinion.